Charlotte.
Wow.
Is this real?
This is unreal.
It's a holiday glow.
Wow.
It's unreal. My new Unreal Skin Hydrating Foundation Stick.
Totally unreal.
Is this even real? There's no way.
Like a spa glow.
My ultimate no foundation
It's
foundation.
a ring light effect in a foundation stick.
Powered with light mapping mesh tech.
This is so easy.
It's a smoothing, blurring, snatch glow.
Look and feel unreal. Find your Unreal Skin Match. CharlotteTilbury.com.
Hello everybody and welcome to our Charlotte Tilbury YouTube Live. My name is Rashina Green and I am the Education Content Manager for Charlotte Tilbury here in North America. And we're just going to go ahead and wait maybe a minute or two while people are trickling on in. Amazing. And this class today is all about how to create that gorgeous wedding guest look of your dreams. You do not need to adjust your screens. I have half a face on, so you'll get to be able to see what the finished look is, as well as what my bare face looks like right now. So being very vulnerable here. But I don't see anybody coming in just yet, but we'll see them all trickling in. If you have joined us in the past, you know the drill. Let me know in the chat where you're joining in from. So we'll give it just a second. Oh, I see a Sarah M. Hello in the UK. Nice to see you. All right. I am broadcasting live from sunny Southern California. I'm indoors, but I think it is pretty warm outside. And we're gearing up for that wedding season. I feel like everybody gets married in September, I feel like. I don't know. You guys know the popular wedding months, or at least here in the West Coast. A lot of people love September weddings. It's just around the corner. And I know we don't have the luxury of being in necessarily the wedding party and getting our makeup done by a makeup artist. So I'm here to teach you all of the tips and tricks so you can actually do your own makeup and recreate a gorgeous wedding look like you see on this half of my face. So we'll go ahead and do the other side here in just a second. All right, so I see everybody trickling on in. Hello in Germany, Scotland, the UK. A lot of UK friends. Hello. Evening there now, I believe. Still early here. It's noon. All right, so we're going to just go ahead and get started. So as I mentioned, I already have half of my face done, and I'm going to show you how I recreated on this half of my face. And I've already done my brows, but I'm going to go ahead and do my skin prep. And by the way, if you have any questions, feel free to add me on Instagram at Rashina Green Artistry, and happy to answer any questions. I'll follow you back. We could be friends. But again, let's start with skincare. Charlotte always says a beautiful painting starts with a beautiful canvas. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with Charlotte's Magic Serum Crystal Elixir. I do have a partner in the chat under Charlotte Tilbury Beauty named Alex. Say hi to Alex, everybody. Alex is going to be popping in links to the products that I'm talking about. It'll open up another screen to Charlotte's website and you can shop live. A lot of times products do sell out, so if you're loving something, add it to your basket now so you don't miss out. All right, so Charlotte's Magic Serum Crystal Elixir, 4 to 6 drops is all you need, daytime and nighttime. And I really love this product because it has some really, really juicy ingredients for all skin types. If you're on the dry side, you'll love that it has polyglutamic acid, similar to hyaluronic acid, except for it hydrates the skin 4 times more than hyaluronic acid. So if you're on the dry or dehydrated side, you'll love this. During New York Fashion Week a couple seasons ago, we actually mixed this into our airbrush foundation to sheer it out and create sort of like a tinted moisturizer, which we don't need to do today because I'm actually going to be using a new foundation from Charlotte that is already tinted. Sarah, this is your favorite skincare product. I love this too. And this is like peanut butter and jelly to magic water cream, which we'll use in just a second. But let's go ahead and take care of the under eyes. So one of my favorite skincare products is Cryo Recovery Eye Serum. This has got a little metal tip. It's really nice and cooling. And you just want to squeeze a little bit out and just kind of put it underneath your eyes. You can go around the full orbital lobe here. This is going to take care of puffiness, fine lines, dark circles. I love to use it around my smile lines too. They get a little deeper as I get older, but this helps out right there as well. So we love that. The serum does work in dry climates, so it doesn't matter if it's humid, if it's dry, whatever it might be, it's going to be flooding your skin with moisture and helping you hold a lot of moisture, whether it's from, hydrating from moisture in the air or even just water that you drink. All right, so now I'm super glowing. I mean, Charlotte Skincare is all about that glowing skin. But I'm going to be using Charlotte's Magic Water Cream, which is a refillable moisturizer. This is similar to Magic Cream, but this is a fragrance-free water-based gel formula. And I really love this for more of like summertime, where maybe you don't need as much hydration, or maybe you're a little bit more on the oily side. This is a really good moisturizer. If you're dehydrated, which sometimes a lot of people that are oily are actually dehydrated. So if you don't drink enough water, sometimes your face will overproduce oil, and it's because you're dehydrated, you're lacking water. So this is going to be really great. Don't forget the neck. I like this for sensitive skin as well. So if maybe you've used the Magic Cream and it's just too rich for you, for example, like a little bit too much hydration or just a little bit thicker than you'd like, you'll love the Magic Water Cream. It's much thinner, fragrance free, like I said, so really great for sensitive skin. My brother-in-law uses this on the regular, so like if you have a boyfriend, a husband, or yourself, you're not used to using skincare products because you're afraid of the florally fragrances, this is definitely a great option because it doesn't leave you smelling like a bouquet of roses. All right, so now my skin is prepped. I truly like Charlotte Skincare. I cannot do makeup without, because you end up using less makeup because of how prepped and gorgeous your skin already is with Charlotte Skincare. So I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be using a tint, and I'm going to be using Charlotte's brand new Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint Stick Foundation. I'm using the shade 7 Medium, and this is super flexible, I'll be really honest, as far as like the shades go, because I can use a shade 6. As you can see, it gives me like a little bit of a tan, but my chest is tan, so it's fine. But I also have a ton of freckles, so this just kind of doesn't hide them, but it blurs them a little bit. And you can blend this with your fingers. You can use a brush. Today I'm going to be using the Magic Complexion brush to blend mine. Let's see. How many of you have had a chance to try Unreal Skin yet? This is really like my favorite summer foundation because it's hot here in California and I don't want to be wearing tons of makeup, you know what I mean, that I can sweat off. So I really like using this foundation because it's just enough to kind of even out my skin tone. It softens up my freckles just a little bit. I can get more coverage with the concealer that I'm going to use in just a moment as well. But I only really use it under the eyes and just kind of a little bit in the T-zone. How can you find out what the right color is for yourself? If you have a lot of red in your skin, there's only 20 shades in the Unreal Skin, but we have a foundation finder you can use on the app. So and also I think on our website. So if you haven't already, download the Charlotte Tilbury app and it can totally help you choose colors. But like I said, they're really flexible. If you're on the fair side, you could probably use like a shade 1, 2, or 3 really. If you like to have a little bit more color, you can go with a 3. But if you're like fair, like the fairest of them all, then a shade 1 would probably be fine. Let's see. Yeah, the dewy look is really nice, and sometimes I want to look sopping wet, but at the end I definitely want to be a little bit mattified with glow in just strategic places. So now I'm moving on for a little more coverage to Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. This is a medium coverage. It's brightening, has a little doe foot applicator, and I like to just apply a little bit under the eyes, a little bit around the mouth, maybe just like a little bit right here as well. And you can use your fingers for this. You could use a brush for this. I'm going to be using the Hollywood Complexion brush, but I'm just going to be using this other end of it, the flat, the tinier sort of concealer side. But you could use the chubby side too if you want to cover a little bit faster. This is just like a little bit of a flat sort of kabuki style. I'm going to also be using this brush later for my cream blush. Yes, this brush is really great for our highlighter ones. You can use it for cream blush. You can use it for foundation. But do you see how it just adds a little bit more coverage where I need it in my T-zone? Yeah, the skin looks super dewy with Unreal Skin. It truly looks like Unreal Skin. I feel like we did these challenges where we went into like a dark room and we just put it on and blended with our fingers, and it's just, you look like a professional. It's so easy to use. If you have zero skills and you've always been kind of afraid to try foundations on, try the Unreal Skin, because you can have zero skills and it just blends so beautifully. It looks like your skin, but perfected. Yeah, Sarah, do it too. Okay. So now I have that coverage where I want. I still have a little bit of dewiness. You can see a little bit of my freckles still, but I need to bronze up a little bit because I feel kind of flat on this side in comparison to here. So you know the drill. I'm going to be using my favorite cream bronzer. This is Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Sun Kiss Glow Bronzer. I use the shade 2 medium. She's getting a hole in her because I use her often. And again, I'm going to go back to my Magic Complexion brush. And a little goes a long way. So I just like one dip really is going to be enough to kind of stipple on. I like to stipple so that I'm not affecting the makeup underneath. Sometimes if you do a little bit too like swipey, you're like, oh great, I just swiped off all of the foundation. So a little stipple should be fine. And I just kind of do it right in the crevice of the cheek, kind of warm up here. Not too low because you don't want to drag the face down. Not too high. I like to put a little bit close, more on the temples of my forehead or the side of my face because I have close set eyes. So I like to put it just a little bit darker here. So it's kind of closing up my face a little bit more. And then a little bit under the jawline. And I love this too. All of Charlotte's products, literally everything except for sharpeners and brushes, have skincare in it. So everything is easy to use, easy to choose, skincare infused. And this is really great. It has hyaluronic acid, so it's super hydrating as well. And looks super easy to use. No smudging, no smearing, no caking. It just blends in with the Unreal skin perfectly. I love to use creams and creams together. But truly, even if you use powders, this cream is going to work. If you use liquids, this cream is going to work. Let's see. You've heard people use concealer all over for the base product. How do I do that? Some people will, they'll just put like 100 little stripes of concealer all over. And then sometimes even like our contour ones, and they'll just kind of blend it. You could do that. If you run out of foundation, but I have foundation, so I don't really need to do that. What's best, pressed or loose powder? 41 under my eyes can crease. I have both products. Should I use brush or puff? Great question. I like to let my creams sort of marinate and set on my face before I use powder. I'll get to powder at the end, really, to be honest, but I like to use Charlotte's Airbrush Flawless Finish, which obviously I love because mine has a hole in it and I use it all the time. Loose powders are really good too. People like to bake, but I feel like baking makes cake, and cake face is not what I want. So it really depends on the product that you use, but at Charlotte, I'm totally fine using Airbrush Flawless Finish underneath my eyes. I even sometimes will use her brightening powder, which is a white, sort of like transparent powder. It comes in a white and also comes in like a banana shade. Also use that, hence the little belly button in that too. So I kind of interchange between the two, but today I'm just going to use this. I don't use a puff with this. I use a brush because it's super finely milled. So if you use a powder sponge, I find like sometimes it's just too much product. And I feel like a light dusting of with a brush like Charlotte's Powder and Sculpt is just enough. If sometimes I do get a little like hydrated under the eye because I use the serum and I also use the concealer. So sometimes I'll even go in with just a tiny little blender brush and I'll just go right in the corner where I usually get a little transfer with my eyeliner because it's just so moist under there. So that's also an option, just using the same product. Yes. Do you have any travel size products I could take this away on hold? Yeah, everything's travel size. Our serum comes in a travel size. Our Magic Water Cream comes in a travel size. Our airbrush powder and our airbrush brightening powder do come in travel sizes as well. A lot of stuff comes in travels. Foundation doesn't, but you could always buy it and then like purchase just a little sample cup, or even like go to your local department store and they'll just give you one, or specialty retailer. Okay, so we've got our bronzer, we've got our foundation. Let's get to eyes. Look at me chatting away. So the eye that I did today for this I'm going to a wedding is the Bella Sophia. Love her. It's a classic. I mean, truly, I have used this on so many different skin tones, pretty much every skin tone. And it is a product that is so beautiful on just literally everybody. And what I'm doing is I'm going in with Charlotte's blender brush, and I'm going in with the first shade. The first shade is a fantastic shade as like a priming shade. Charlotte has built-in eyeshadow primers in her palette, so you don't actually have to use a primer, which I didn't. Then I'm going to go in with the second shade, which is your enhanced shade, and I'm just going to tuck this into the crease of my eye, and I'm going to go back and forth like a rainbow. And at Charlotte, we like to call this our youth boosting eye shape by kind of lifting up at the edges. Oh, I lifted too high. There we go. So we kind of go back and forth and then also up and out. It just gives it that sort of lifted appearance. So this is really great for any eye shape, whether you have hooded eyes like me, where it's a little bit heavier here, or if you have like a nice deep crease, this you can use less of this, to be honest, because it already looks like you have a natural shadow there. If you have a mono lid where it's just for sort of flat and shallow, this is also a really great way to sort of create a crease that might not necessarily be there. Then what you do to the top, you do to the bottom. So I'm going to go in with Charlotte's smudger brush, and I'm going to apply a little bit of that same shade, that kind of cranberry shade, just to the bottom as well. And you can make this as thick or as thin as you want. I've come across people in my time that just wear so much eyeshadow on the top and they wear nothing on the bottom, which is totally your prerogative. However, it just feels more balanced when the top matches the bottom. All right, so now I'm going to go back to my blender brush. And the way that Charlotte created this palette is to be used clockwise, really. I don't know if my image is reversed for you guys, but we have our Prime, Enhance, Smoke, Pop. So if you just wear these two, this is your day look, which looks like that. If you add this color here, that creates your desk look. And then if you add the fourth shade, that's your disco look, which is what this side of my face is giving. But you could just see the difference. It's like super soft and subtle here, and you can actually just add colors throughout the day. You know, once you get out of work, you want to go get drinks or whatever, go ahead and add that smoke shade, which I'll do now. And I'm going to just pop this right in the outside corner of my eye. Same brush. This is the blender brush. And again, I'm just going to kind of tuck it in the corner and then blend upwards and outwards, just giving me that little smoky edge. And again, you can go as intense as you'd like. I've seen people really get an intense look with this palette. And I'm going to go back with the smudger brush, dip it into the smoke shade, and tuck a little bit of this right in the bottom corner. But you can see how easy, like how quick was that eye. My favorite part is the pop shot. I'm just using my ring finger, not the pop shot, the pop shade, and watch this up close. Look at that. I love, love, love the pop shade here. This is actually, the pop shades in Charlotte's palette are the most expensive shadows to make in the world, so we don't sell these separately. That's why you can just, like, look at that. It just really transforms the look. It looks like just molten gold right here. And I'm going to put a little bit on the bottom with my pinky, because I like the sparkle all the way. And you should see, like, I have a spotlight on me right now. It really just, imagine walking through the room and someone just, your eyes really pop. Okay, so now I'm just dusting off again. I use the same brush. I just clean it on a towel next to me. I'm going to get a little bit of this prime shade, and I like to pop it right on the highest arch of the brow, really, to kind of give me that, ooh, disco luminescent glow. Is that a little, oh, there's enough on this side. Okay. So back to the smudger brush, just cleaning off any of the darker shade on here. And I'm going to pop a little bit of this prime shade right in the inside corner, just to give it a little luminosity as well. Yes, Michelle, that is true. These have built-in primer in it. That's why they stay on so long. And what's great about Charlotte's products is the longer you wear them, they wear really nicely. Like, are they going to smudge? Not really. If they do, they have like a really good, lived in look, if that makes sense. Like, I like to call it the London girl. Like, I've just been out and, you know, I can go out to dinner, I can go out drinking, I could sleep in and wake up, and it still just kind of looks good. And when it wears in, it doesn't look like it's faded, worn in. It looks like blended more, if that makes sense. You're going to be the mother of the groom next year. Congratulations. What do you desperately need to keep your makeup in place? The Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray truly is what you need, which we'll get to at the end. 16-hour wear. Trust me, you want to... I did not do this, but normally I would spray it first before I put on any makeup. So I'll do my whole skincare routine. Spritz, 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 let it dry. Then I'll start putting on my foundation, concealer, everything, eyes, lips. Then I'll do one last spray at the end, and it's like your makeup is not going anywhere. Jump into the ocean. It will stay on. So definitely recommend that. Disco look, yes. Yeah, the setting spray is really it. All right, so I need eyeliner, and if you guys have joined my classes, you know that I love the Hollywood Exaggerized Duo Liner, and look at how much I use this. There's like a nub left, and I don't use the shimmer side as much, but let me use a little bit right now, actually. I like the shimmer because it gives you like just an extra pop of that kind of white champagne. It just looks like I'm glowing, right? Okay. So I only really put liner on the outside corner of my eye because I have a little bit of that hooded eye that I was talking about. So I'm just going to look down into my mirror and I'm just going to apply this right to the outside edge of my eye. And I like to keep the eye open so that this way I'm not creating a curly liner, I'm creating more of a straight liner. And you want to just keep on checking, make sure that it's going in the, hopefully in the right direction, or at least the same direction as the other side. Ideally we want twins, but we'll take sisters for sure. And I think that's pretty close. First of all, my mirror is filthy. All right, do we have friends here? Yeah, this looks pretty good. And I love this eyeliner because it's really long wearing, great for sensitive eyes. I'm a contact wearer, so I want something that's not going to irritate my eyes. And this truly, like, I could put this in my waterline and it does not get irritated. All right, so let's go ahead and finish off the eye with a little bit of mascara. And of course, I'm using Charlotte's Pillow Talk Push-Up Lash Mascara. Love her. This is going to give you a ton of volume. And we love that because I didn't even use a lash curler on this side. So what's cool about this brush is it has two sort of flat paddles and then it also has bristles. So the flat paddle is going to paint the product on like so, and then the bristles will comb and separate. So this gives you that 24-hour vertical lift. If you have super straight lashes that don't hold a curl, if you have you know, sparse lashes and they don't really show up, you'll really, really love how this product makes your lashes look. Let me get up close so you guys can see a little better. And you could do one coat, you could do a couple coats, it's totally up to you. But you can see how voluminous they are. And don't forget the bottom. I like to just use the tip of the brush to apply the bottom mascara. Have you guys tried this mascara? Let me know in the chat. What are your thoughts about Pillow Talk Push-Up Lash Mascara? Is this something that is part of your makeup routine? Do you use our legendary lashes? Do you use our full fat lash? But I just feel like my eye is so much bigger now. Okay. While you're answering that, I'm going to pop on the rest of my lip. So I am using Charlotte's Love Trap Lip Cheat. These are long wearing, waterproof. And they're meant to resize and reshape your lips. And this color, I have a lot of foundation on my lips. This color is nice because it's kind of like a brownish pink. And I love that. And I'm just going a little past my lip line. And we like to create that sort of heart shape lip. Here you go. So that's just the outline of the lip. And I'm going in with Pillow Talk Original Matte Revolution Lipstick. This looks great on everybody. Pillow Talk comes in 4 shades though. So if you're a little bit fair, we have a brand new fair one, which is really soft pink. And it's a cool undertone, so it's got a little more blue in it, so it's not so peachy. This is the original. We have a medium, which is kind of more of a, like a berry. And then we have our deep, which is like a really nice reddish brown. So that's Pillow Talk. It just, the reason why Pillow Talk is so popular is Charlotte wanted to bottle that sort of like pink of the inside of your lip. And so she did, hence Pillow Talk. It's just perfect for everybody. All right, let's go ahead and put a little blush. I'm going to be using the Beautiful Skin Lipid Cheek Glow in the shade Beach Peach Glow. This is a cream, oh look, she's messy. This is a cream blush and lip. So you could totally just like, if you want to add a little bit of shine to your lips or a little bit of peach, you could do that. And I'm going to be going in again with the other end of my Hollywood complexion brush. Just one little stamp is really all I need. And I'm just going to stipple this on again. When using sort of wet products like cream products, you want to make sure that you're not really wiping too hard because you don't want to remove the product underneath like your foundation. So I'm just doing a really soft little stipple. I love how this, you can see like I'm pretty mattified everywhere, but I just have that glow on the cheeks, whereas here I'm like sopping wet, but we're going to go in just a second with some powder. All right, so the second is now. All right, so we're sort of finishing up the look here. I'm going in with our Airbrush Flawless Finish shade number 2, medium. These are really flexible as well. These come in 4 different shades, but I could also use the shade number 1 if I wanted to. It's just pretty, it's like bright, but it's not too light for me. So I'm sort of powdering everywhere that I don't want too much shine. So my nose, my T-zone under my eye, and of course my forehead, I don't want it to be too shiny. So I'm just going right in, and this is setting, but I do want to keep my cheeks kind of glowing, so I'm not going to apply the powder on top of that. Let's see. Yeah, Sarah said it. Charlotte lipsticks stay on super long. A little tip you can do too is coloring your whole lip in with the lip cheat. I find that if you do that and then apply your lipstick, like your lipstick will stay on longer. If any of it does fade off, you still have that color of the lip liner underneath. And what's great is a lot of our lip liners have matching lipsticks. So like Pillow Talk has a matching Pillow Talk lipstick. All 4 do. And then now to finish off the look, I'm going to be using the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, as I said. This might be sold out in some countries. This is the 200 ml, but it normally comes in a 100 ml and then also a travel size. So get your hands on this. Telling you, 16-hour wear. So lock it on. Then you always want to take like kind of a final look. How is this looking? Do I feel ready for the bridal party or the wedding, whatever it might be? Zhuzh your hair up. Let's see if it's all tied together. Let's put this here. All right, so if I was going to a wedding and I'm just a guest, maybe I'm even like, you know, a bridesmaid, but I just wanted a little something. This is a look that's quite universal. It's nice for evening. This is the Bella Sofia palette. I've got a little bit of cream on the cheeks and then a soft lip just because I have a little bit more of like a glam smoky eye, but this is really the look. Let me know in the chat. Are we loving it? Hit me with some hearts. I do like to end these calls with sort of like my top 3 must-haves. I know we all want it all. We want every product from Charlotte. Trust me, I do too. But maybe we can't take it all right now. So if I had to pick 3, these are what they would be. 1, I would pick the Magic Water Cream because I truly love the hydration from this, but it's not like too hydrating that I feel like an oil ball throughout the day. So number 1 would be this. Number 2 would have to be the Bella Sofia palette because this is one of my favorite classic Charlotte Tilbury eyes. The disco sparkle really just takes me there. So that would be my number 2. My number 3, to be honest, biased, I would pick the blush because I use these every single day. I truly go between this one, which is called the Beach Peach Glow, and I also use the hot pink one. I'm sure you guys have seen me in other classes use the pink one, which I'm trying to find right now. Oh, here it is. So I go between the Beach Peach Glow and the Paradise Pink. Like, I love a pink blush. So those would be my top 3 desert island must-haves. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at Rashina Green Artistry. I would love to give you more tips and tricks. Feel free to like write me if you have any, you know, suggestions for future classes. But yeah, let's see. If you need to add more powder or liquid products after you spray, do you wait until it's dry? Yeah, I would wait till your setting spray dries a little bit, and then you can go ahead and add a little bit more. But it's, again, if you have any other questions, just shoot them to me on Instagram, and I'll answer those as soon as I can. But it's been so lovely chatting with all of you. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.